Hey everybody, meteorologist Jerry Capel with you here on this Sunday evening. It's about 8:20. I don't have a lot of time. Lisa and I have our regular program coming up at 8:45. That's a Facebook-based platform we invite you to join us at. But I did want to draw a little bit of attention to the severe weather that's occurring across the South. I've been watching it on and off all day. And until now, there really hasn't been a lot to talk about. The storms really have not generated. As many of you guys know, a moderate risk of severe weather was placed earlier today across much of the South. Doesn't encompass portions of Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Louisiana, but really just over the last half hour or so, there's a storm developing that I think warrants monitoring. And so I want to go ahead and get some early warning out on this. Again, what appears to be maybe a large tornado developing on the ground southwest of Hattiesburg, Mississippi. I'm going to bring up that radar now. We'll start you with the large perspective. Again, this is going to be a short-winded program. I wish we had more time to dedicate to this, but we have our other program to watch, and just want to give a heads up for anybody that may be monitoring this feed. South of Hattiesburg, storm that's already moved through the Columbia area. It's south of Columbia, approaching Purvis, Mississippi. That's where that potential tornado is located. We'll put this in motion over the last 3 hours, and as we speak, it looks like we've got a friend that's arriving.
Okay, I can get that.
You can get that? That would be wonderful.
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead and crack.
Tell him to come on in. Tell him to come on in. All right.
Hey guys.
Okay, so we've got about 10 people on here right now. We've got some company that's arriving as we speak. I'm going to go out there and say hello to them. But I do want to show a quick look at analyst radar. This is likely a large tornado on the ground right now. So taking a look at analyst radar as we speak. This is what we're looking at. Again, this is the only storm of interest, and I've been watching these storms for hours today, and it's just now this one is beginning to really show signs of life, and I think it's going to hold together for a while. So this is the last several hours. You can see, and I'm going to put a little storm track on this for you. So let's go forward in time. 1, 2, 3, 4 sweeps, and let's get a new storm motion. And let's take a look at these some of these pixels here. Looking at 100 mile per hour winds right now, approaching the radar out ahead of this thing. And on the back side, we're seeing pretty impressive signature as well. Somewhere about 160 mile per hour gate-to-gate shear. So this is pretty legitimate. It's a very strong storm. So let's talk a little bit about where it's going. Unincorporated town of Sandy Hook, Mississippi is next, south of Columbia. Let me kind of box in this area that I think is most likely to be impacted by this. Again, this is a very improv. I wasn't planning on covering until this thing blew up, so I just kind of want to show you where it's going. Again, we've got some guests here at the house, so I want to quickly pay some attention to those guys, but anywhere in this area here, and see if I can't get a live track for you. Okay, and let's go ahead and draw this storm track, give you an idea of where this thing is going. Well, clearly that storm track's not working with my telestrator. We'll come back. Just know that the town of Purvis is next. Lumberton, if it holds together, you could be impacted by this. There is another tornado warning. I don't think the signature is nearly as impressive, but just heads up for Greenville in Alabama. So this is the entire area that's impacted. Put this into motion real quick. Everything progressing off to the east. The most concerning signature by far, it's not even close, is this one located to the east of Purvis. So anybody in Purvis, Baxterville, Tolowa in Mississippi. This is all Mississippi. I would treat this as if it's a tornado on the ground. In fact, let's take a look. There it is. CC is, or correlation coefficient, is confirming that we do have a tornado on the ground, located north of Sandy Hook, south of Columbia, approaching Baxterville. So I want you guys to pay careful attention. I'm going to pull this back to a larger radar source. I'm going to say hello to my guest, and I'll come back again with additional information coming up here in just a couple of moments. But let me back this out for you. Give me just a moment. Okay, so we want to watch this whole area. Tornado watch does continue, and I'll have more live information for you coming up in just a couple of moments. Again, we're going to run with this for a little bit longer. I do have guests to attend to. I'll be back in a couple of moments. Hey gang, thanks for hanging out with us as we've been watching these storms developing across portions of the south. I just wanted to give a heads up when we continue to monitor, again, this rather nasty looking cell located across portions of southern Mississippi. It's now approaching the town of Purvis. It's unincorporated. I don't think there's a lot of people that live here, but even a few, if we can help to get the word out. I'm not sure why they have not extended the warning yet. They should shortly, because that cell continues to appear very active. And I think this is the most dangerous cell that we're looking at of the bunch. Taking a look at the kind of the broader view, this one's got no competition. There's nothing around it to really slow the storm down. It's going to continue to feed off of a very unstable Gulf of Mexico air. There's nothing ahead of it. So where is it going? And I'm going to take this over to a one panel, kind of give you my best estimation, those areas that are going to be most at risk as this storm continues to move to the east. Again, I just wanted to pop on. We're not going to spend much more time. I've got another show to attend to, but because it was a pretty strong looking signature, I did want to spend some time talking about where it's going. And you can see where the warning is. The warning will likely be extended I would imagine they'll extend something out here towards New Augusta, south of Hattiesburg, maybe Leakesville, Mississippi. So this will be over the next half hour to 45 minutes. Fortunately, I don't see any major metropolitan areas involved with this particular cell, at least for now. Otherwise, taking a look to the east, and this is a look at our other radar perspective. We do have tornado watches that remain in effect. Tornado warnings that were placed earlier south of Montgomery, they've been allowed to expire, and it looks like that new tornado warning coming out now south of Hattiesburg. So that is as expected. There it is. Let me show you this back on over on analyst radar, and then we're going to get out of here because, again, not a lot of people impacted. I just wanted to give a heads up that we're watching, we're monitoring. Again, this is probably a storm that's going to continue to either produce a tornado or produce the potential of tornadoes over the next, could be the next couple of hours. I don't see anything to slow this thing down. So I'm going to monitor. If we need to produce additional coverage, we will do that later on tonight. That's after our live show on Facebook, which is WxLIVE at 8:45. If it looks like it really gets going on any simulcast, we'll pop back in on this program, and if we need to provide additional information, we will do that a little bit later on tonight. Hattiesburg just went underneath the severe thunderstorm warning. I'm happy to say the worst of the circulation safely to the south of Hattiesburg. But those areas south of Hattiesburg, along what is that, Interstate 59, just be aware that there's a dangerous circulation near you right now. I'm meteorologist Jeremy Capel. Again, join us over on WxLIVE at 8:45 on Facebook. If you have an opportunity this evening, we'll continue to monitor the situation. In the meantime, you guys stay safe, and we will talk to you guys again soon. See you guys. Bye.